Yo, what's happening, YouTube? This is your boy D Talks Everything back with another video. Yeah. Anyway, so your boy here, getting a quick review. I'm not being paid, not being sponsored. I don't work there. Just use the platform. So I just want to give my reviews of this platform. Uh, I'm a semi newbie option trader. I'm not I'm not experienced, but I understand the options. So I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm making millions of dollars today. No, not yet. But I do understand options. So again, I'm just here to give a quick review of this platform, Tradealgo. Um, I was looking for some stuff online, trying to figure out ways to improve my option trading. Because of course we all have our own recipe on how to do a thing, but sometimes you be like, I'm missing out on something. So I was out searching for trying to figure out what that missing ingredient was. You know, like if you like to cook, you like you taste your sauce, like something's missing. I don't know what it is. It's okay, but it's not great. So that's how my option trading was going. I got my charts. I can see all this other stuff, but I'm missing something because my watch list, I tell my wife, my watch list be popping. Put something on my watch list and then I mess around on trade, that thing will shoot up 1,000,000,000%. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, so I was doing a online Google search, and Google be watching your air move and they're listening. So they gave me this Google search and I clicked on the ad, threw my email in, they reached out to me. Um, Invited me to, I'm gonna call it a sales presentation, where they showed off their platform, um, told us, some stuff about the platform, showed it off to us, and then, gave the price. So I'm gonna, I'm not gonna quote their prices, because that's not for me to do. Because y'all may get in, they may be offering some type of special promotion. When I signed up, they were offering a super special promotion. Um, Yeah, man, no, I'll talk about this promotion. So I paid right around $4,000 and they gave me lifetime access to their platform. Um, they also, part of their sales presentation, also offered either 3 months or 6 months to cancel and possibly get a refund. So I signed up on October the 26th. Today is December the 10th. I currently have it on my calendar scheduled to cancel on the 20th of December. Not sure if I'm going to cancel. That's 2 months from October 26th to November 26th is a month, and the 26th of November to December the 20th. Not getting them extra 6 days. We got Christmas. Um, so that's 2 months. So for the amount, in part of this sales presentation, the guy was like, if you haven't figured out, like, I'm giving y'all this time because if you haven't use our platform to make at least this amount, this may not be for you. Now, I'm going to say, using their platform as of this current moment, that has not been my success in 2 months. In 2 months. Now, not to say other people haven't had success using their platform. Um, but, so now here's your boy getting ready to go over the platform. So when you come on the platform does look nice. It looks put together fairly well. The main page is the dashboard, and I apologize, I'm not going to show you their screens. Um, I don't know if this is any like private info they don't want shared online, so I'm not going to share it, even though they shared it on a webinar without me signing up. But I'm not going to share because I don't want no troubles with nobody saying you showing off my platform, blah 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 blah. So now anyway, so when you load up their platform, it goes to their dashboard. It gives info. Hold on, let me back up. Now, when you sign up for their platform, I don't know what they're going to be offering then in the future. So I'm going to say what they offer to me. They offer unlimited coaching with their coaches. I've had two sessions. I'm going to get to that within this video as well, how those sessions went. But anyway, so going back to the dashboard, the dashboard gives you stocks that has some recent volume, either up or down. They give you how much of a percentage is up from prior day to today. They give you the percentage and the dollar amount. They give you the dark pool activity, how much is up today, or maybe at that current moment. They give you the quote unquote call ratio, the market cap, and the share volume. So, and they give this thing like a little spark line, just kind of showing you like the stock price, like how it moved up or down. Probably just got my laptop in front of me. Probably should have shot this on my laptop. Know what I'm thinking. Anyway, so that's the first thing. So on the dashboard, so that's one of the options. Then they have another tab to the left that says option. They give you an option chain. So if you click on a stock like Amazon, you can go to the date. You can see the option chain. Same thing your Robinhood or Webull or TradeStation or whatever other platform you may be using. So they give you that. They also have something like live options where you can see options coming in at the moment. So like if you like to look at the SPY, they'll show you if people are buying calls, puts, this, that, or third. Now, the only problem with that is you can't determine if they're buying a contract or if they're selling a contract. Now, they have some indicators on there, which they say anytime if you listen to them closely, they say it's more than likely, it's probably, but there's no way to guarantee. So they give you some indicator. Again, I'm not going to call out what they call their indicator, but they're looking at this, and it's not even quote unquote an indicator. They're saying on the option chain where it's the bid and the ask. They're showing which side of the person went to try to close their option on. So that's not really an indicator. So, but they are saying like, oh, if they're closer to the ask, then they're more than likely, selling a position to get out. I mean, buying to get in, and bid is more than likely they're selling to get out. But yeah, I'm going to say it now because I'm there. Because I've been here 2 months, I've seen info where that's not been the case. Sometimes I've seen people doing above ask because the option is ran up and they're just getting out with extra profit. I've also seen where a company is showed, but and you go follow on the option chain and it showed like the percentage went up, but it really just only went up because somebody exercised all their options. So it pushed the price like a little bit, and it looks like there was a lot of buying pressure, but there was not. It was just someone exercising all of their options. So that info is a little tricky to use. So I try to stay away from that piece. I apologize. Let me go back to the dashboard. The biggest thing that I do like about the dashboard is when you scroll down after they have their list of things that are like high dark pool data, they have like top large cap unusual activity, then they have the medium cap and the small cap. Now that one is a little bit more user friendly than the top list, because the top list is, in my opinion, is a little wacky. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And additionally, when I've had my coaching, a lot of the stuff that's on the dashboard on that front page and those lines I was describing prior, the coaches said they're not even using some of those things. So I'm like, well, why is it even here? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But that's my opinion. But I do like that part of the dashboard. I also do like on the dashboard they have the intraday, they have weekly, and they have popular stocks. So in the popular stocks, they've kind of gathered up like the SPY, Apple, AMC, Nvidia, AMD. So it's just some quick, popular stocks that people like to trade. So that's pretty cool. I like that they lumped those together. But I mean, they could have lumped any set of stocks that they said that were popular, and that could have who's to determine what's popular. But also, again, going back to the dashboard, but going back to their main page. To the left, after you go through the the dashboard, the option, then they have historical. Um, I've not been able to, and I'm just giving an example right now. They have Sony on here. So, and it says Sony from December the 8th to December the 8th. It went from 78.58 to 79.20. It says irregular volume was up 177%. So you said in a 6 hour time frame, the volume is up 177%, but it only went up 60 cent, like 80 cent. So that don't even really make any sense. So something to me in this data is doesn't make sense. And it's another one up here. It says Momo, Momo, Momo. Now I am going to acknowledge today is Saturday. On Friday, or maybe Thursday, they took off on a rocket. Now it says December the 8th again to December the 9th. So that's Thursday to Friday. It went from 650 to 681. Irregular volume is excuse me, the dark pool is up 3,261%, but it only moved 31 cents. So you have to kind of take that stuff as a grain of salt. When I spoke to the coaches, they just said they just kind of use this to kind of, see if they may find some ideas here. They also have a scanner. This scanner does just give you a bunch of stocks, kind of like if you went on to, can't even think about it, like CNBC or something, and they just had a bunch of stock tickers, and you can kind of see market cap, price, change, volume, stuff like that. So I mean that's I guess kind of whatever. That's on their scanner. They have a chart grid. If you're familiar with TradingView, is pretty much TradingView. Just missing some of the options or things that are available in TradingView, like some of the indicators. So some indicators that are in TradingView are not here. Some indicators that are here are not in TradingView, and they're look like the math are different on them as well. Like when you're, I'm gonna say like moving averages, how they have it calculated on Tradealgo versus TradingView. The math isn't quite the same, but the lines themselves still look, pretty much the same. But they do allow you to have 6 graphs, 6 charts in here, and then you can open them. And then they do also give you the ability, you can make your own custom charts and you can save them. Now, I'm going to say, even though you can save them, if you back out of this chart grid page and then go maybe back to the dashboard, even though you were just on, let's just say Google, and you have your chart, you got all your MAs and EMAs and VWAPs and Bollinger Bands with all this stuff, super trends, whatever you may have. As soon as you like and you have it saved, you back off that page and you go to the dashboard. You go to any of one of these other ones, you come back, your info is gone. It's just gone. Now you have to go back and read. Not that you have to go reapply all of your moving averages or anything, or your indicators, but you have to go back and reload it back to get it to come up. So now I'm going to say if you placed any lines, any boxes for sell pressure, buy pressure, whatever the case, once you hit save, it does save. But I'm just simply saying once you back off the screen and you come back, you have to then relaunch your graph to get it to come back up. So that's that piece. Now, they do have, and this is something I'm not going to say because I'm not a regulatory person, but I'm going to say part of their sales presentation was them talking about, hey, we provide alerts. Now, there's lots of companies out there that's offering alerts. I want to say, and because I'm on YouTube, so I stick with stuff that I've seen on YouTube as ads. Like Benzinga is now sending out I guess you can buy Benzinga trade alerts, and some other company buy alerts. So these are just commercials I've seen on YouTube. So there's other companies out here selling alerts, but part of their sales presentation is that, hey, we have a pretty hefty, I'm gonna say a nice community. We also provide alerts, so I'm gonna give some info to that. Now, there's a couple of people here. There's a Ross who does, I'm going to say he does more swing trade alerts because they also use Telegram. I suggested that they probably use Discord, but whatever. Um, they use Telegram. So he'll send out an alert saying, for example, I'm not gonna say anything that he's called out. No, you know what? Matter of fact, I will call out something. So again, today is Saturday. I apologize. I'm looking on here. So on Friday, he placed out a trade alert for a 45 put on December the 9th expiration at 65 cent. This was at 11:27. And then he sent out another alert saying, hey, it's up to now 75 cents. And then right before the bell closed, he was like, hey, we're still up. It's now at 67 cents. And pretty much he was kind of giving you updates on that. That, like, hey, you may want to exit your position, you may not want to exit position. Again, because you are responsible for your own positions. Let's see if we get a little bit more light in here. I apologize. There we go. Oh, nope, that didn't work. Anyway, so that's that piece. Now, also as well, they do have like a live chat function as well. There's a guy in there named Brian who does give out trades. For the most part, he does. Um, for the most part, he's day trading. He may pick out a week long expiration, like 2 weeks out now, based off of whatever his rhyme or reason is. But for the most part, he's day trading or he's holding it overnight, like one night, like most of the time. Now, what I'm going to say about that, while this young man does give out some good alerts, uh, but they're live. And the problem is with it, even though it's live, people get to live type in the chat. They can ask questions. Not that he's answering any questions, but it's just a live chat. So he may say, uh, Neo called $11, 12.16, 32 cents. I'm jumping in. I don't know that's a price. I'm not saying that he called that. I'm just making something up. And then, like that's at 10:15. And then so he typed that, and then 10 more people just typed the message, and then the 13th person saying, what was the play again? I missed it. And then somebody go to type it, like 9 people done typed the play. Now he's typing back saying, oh, I'm getting out the play. It ran up 30%. Woo, great game. And now a lot of people are now, they were chasing the play. He's gotten out the play. You're now down losing. And you're in the chat asking him, like, what should I do? He's already moved on, took his profits, and he's on to the next position. So while he's giving good trades, if you're not there, like on point when he does it, it's not, it doesn't work. So I'm it's good and it's bad. So I'm leaning towards more as it's not useful currently in its current iteration. Now, additionally, sometimes as well, I'm going to say him, Brian, and Ross. Brian will sometimes to throw out a play saying, oh, I'm looking at this, and then don't, like, hey, I'm looking at, again, I'm sticking with Neo. I'm looking at this Neo, and then he'd be like, oh, it's up. Yeah, I just made 65%. And then it was like, what? And then you're like, yeah, that was an alert. What? No, it wasn't. You just said, like, I'm looking at something. That's not an alert. That's just saying, like, hey, I'm looking at something. You could say you're looking at the wall drive. That don't make that an alert. So same thing with Ross and his Telegram or the trade, his alerts. Sometimes he'll place out there like, hey, there's unusual dark pool activity, which that's a great, and I don't want to discount that. That is a great thing that he provides. However, he'll come back, like, oh wow, we're now up, 22% on that. Well, you didn't even say you were getting in. You just said like, hey, an unusual flow of this contract just came through. Okay, great, but that didn't mean you were getting in, and then they sent out another alert to say, oh, we're up. Well, that was not an official alert. That was an unofficial alert. Now you'll also hear them say like, "Oh, here's our success rate." Now I'll be honest with you again. I've only been here 2 months. They had sent out emails saying like Ross was like 34 or 40 or something, or 38 or 40. Like he was like hitting on almost all of them. Now I can't go back and validate that because I have not been in the group part of this long enough to see him send out no 38 trades now, or however many 30 plus trades. Let me just say with 30. I've not been here long enough to see him throw out 30 trades. Now again, that's me being here 2 months. Now I do personally believe they are taking credit for like, oh, I'm seeing this and I'm looking at this potential activity and like, oh, it did go the way that I thought. And then they're taking like, oh, I was right. So here's my success rate. And then if he's wrong, it's not part of his success rate, or it doesn't deviate because he didn't call it out as a play. So I think if you hear those numbers, I think you have to take that with a grain of salt. Now, but again, his alerts are nice. Now they also do have a live stream. Um, periodically through the day if they have, I'm going to say, availability. Yeah, the live stream is pretty nice. I think the dude, their name now is not Sean. It's can't think of the guy name, but pretty cool guy. Showing his charts, he's showing what he's thinking. Now I'm going to acknowledge like he has not jumped in a bunch of trades because he's been very cautious. The market has been moving sideways a lot lately. Oh, excuse me. So he he seemed like, hey, he's not taking no flyers. He's been looking like, oh, if he's not been seeing a good setup, he's not been jumping in. He's been very clear, and he's been at people get to asking questions in the chat, and I am going to give this dude credit. He's legit going out looking at levels, um, giving his feedback or what his thoughts are based off of what you're thinking in your position. So I'm gonna say that piece has probably been the most helpful part in this whole 2 month experience. Now, so that's the community. Now they also have this thing that says Swing Trades AI. Again, I've had two separate coaches. Now, both of them told me they don't even use this, because for the most part they're not they're day trading or they're swing trading. Like, so again, swing trading, they may hold it a day. Both these gentlemen I've spoken with, for the most part, told me they don't hold contracts like weeks on end. They may hold it overnight. After that, they're in and out, taking their profits or cutting the loss, and then they're moving on. So they said for the most part they're not even using this. But for this piece, from what I've been told, is that this is for like if you're really uh, I don't know what to call it, like way past swing trading. Like you're buying a contract. Again, it's 2022 right now. Like if you're going to buy a January 19th, 2024 call, they're saying use that for this. So I mean, it might be useful. Not I've not been part of the platform long enough for me to ascertain if this is when it's useful or not. Because again, they're saying you need to hold these contracts for 3 months to a year. So I'm like, well, 3 months to a year, like, dude, that's no time to even tell if this is useful. Now, I am going to say though, again, my overall experience with the platform, again, it's been okay. At this point in time, though, I believe I am going to cancel because the only thing that I've really been able to get out of here is the 6 graphs. Because I'll be honest, I was being cheap with TradingView. I was using the free version, wasn't paying anything. So I only got like 4 indicators. Uh, so I mean, shit, you could pay $300 for the year and pretty much get all this stuff minus the dark pool data. Now, again, I'm gonna say this dark pool data is great, whatnot. Now, there's again, and I apologize, and I stay that way because there's things on the platform that is not useful, like the spark line is not useful. Um, that call ratio part is not useful. The coaches on the phone calls will tell you it's not useful. They don't use it because, for example, what's this one right here? Okay, something that everybody know, DocuSign showed up on their platform today, showing it was up. Dark pool activity is up 900% today. Price moved up $1.50, but the call ratio is 1%. So if it's up, and wouldn't that then tend to believe that calls would be up? People would be buying calls. No, it's saying call ratio is 1%, thus meaning people must be buying puts. But why? Like, so sometimes just looking at this data doesn't do you any proper justice. Um, Now, and again, I apologize. I'm gonna go back. When you go back to their dashboard, they have these like little circles where they give the dark pool data. Again, not in a different way though. So this time they go, is DocuSign here? I apologize. Is DocuSign here? Yeah, DocuSign is here. DocuSign is showing up as a median cap. So they have DocuSign here. So even though it's saying it's on the call side, meaning the stock price, there's more buyers than sellers, they're saying their option flow saying it's puts. Now, so it tends to be a little misleading because they're saying like the 7-day average, people buying these stocks, I apologize if I'm leaning, is 109 million per day. They're saying this day, 1 billion shares were picked up. You will assume if a billion shares are picked up, some calls, like people be pouring in the calls to, catch this rocket. But no, they're saying everybody buying puts. So what's that really about? So, but the coaches said that, again, they don't even use this option flow. Again, I spoke with two separate coaches. I didn't tell the second coach what the first coach said. I had asked him separately because people have their different opinions on different things. But both of them told me they don't use it. They said they don't even understand the box, the circle. So that's strange to me. But overall, though, for me paying almost $4,000 for this, again, I'm thinking to cancel because there's a Tendies. Uh, yeah, it's called Tendies. If you have an iPhone, you can download the Tendies app for free. If you don't have an iPhone, you have Android, you can just go to the Tendies website and you can get all the same dark pool data for free. So it's hard pressed for me to be like, hey, I'm going to pay $4,000 for data that I can get for free. And then like, even though, you tell me about like the Brian, chat, and again, I'm going to give him some credit. He's calling out some hits. I don't know that he's really even getting in these. Maybe he's paper trading all these. I don't know. Maybe he's making a ton of money. Again, I'm going to be clear. I have no clue, no idea. However, by the time you catch up and you caught this movement and you got into because you don't know what he was looking at, you was doing your own thing. Oh, let me, switch over to this stock. Let me stop what I'm doing. Let me switch to this stock. Let me get in this option chain. Let me do this, and this. Now, you guys know options. That 15 seconds, your option could have been at 60 cents, and those 15 seconds, now it's at 75 cents. So that's a $15 difference. And then, okay, now you still chasing, oh, now it's 78 cents, 79. Now you finally getting filled at 80. And then it may run up, another, few pennies. Now you have to keep in mind, he's up like, 30, 40%, maybe even 60%. And you're at break even. And then he's jumping out because it's hit where it's at, where he graphed it out or wherever he thought it was going to. So he caught his quick rocket. You didn't catch a rocket. You caught a nail. So again, I'm gonna give him credit, but I'm gonna say how they have the platform currently set right now. It's not useful. Um, I hope they see this video. Reach out to me. I love to give them some more feedback because I think I see what they're trying to do. It's just not user friendly at this moment. And I think they could definitely do better. I have spoken with a few people from the community from this, and for the most part, everybody said the same thing. Like they don't understand not that they don't understand the platform, but they don't understand how to use the info. And the coaches are saying the same thing to me. So I have a hard press saying like I would be hard pressed to say at this current iteration how it's set up, to pay for this. But again, I see what these gentlemen are doing. Let me not just call them gentlemen. I see what this Tradealgo team is doing. I'm sure there's women on the team as well. Um, so I see what they're doing. I think I'm wishing the best of luck. I may even stay on, um, because I did, and to this platform's credit, I did make one hit based off of their dashboard. Now, based off their dashboard, I've taken three trades off their dashboard, and two of them I failed. Big fat L's, zero, lost everything based off the dashboard. It's on this side, it's saying this, and failed. Now, I caught one, and here's how I found the dashboard to be useful. If a stock shows on the dashboard and then it goes away, and then you come back, you're looking around, doing some other stuff, the stock has been gone, and then it flashed back on the dashboard, that's been the sign. So I got into Billy, Bili. I wish I would have went harder. I didn't, because I was like, I had already been burnt twice. So I was like, I ain't gonna go too hard. So I bought 4 contracts, maybe 3 or 4. I didn't go heavy because again, I didn't want to get burnt. And I made, not again, because I only bought 3 or 4 contracts. I ain't like, oh my gosh, Demetrius made $1 million. Did I just say my name? I gotta go back and edit that. It ain't like I made $1 million or anything. It's I made like a couple $100. So I mean, it went up 100%. So I made all my money back. So I made double. So it was a good trade. But beyond that, I've not been really, the site itself has not been useful to me. So again, this video is probably more in depth than I wanted it to go, or let me say it's definitely longer than I wanted it to be. I wanted to again give my full thoughts about the site. Again, it has its pluses, it has its minuses. And it's not the easiest thing to use. I talked to some people who's using the site, and they're like, I think I'm gonna cancel. I don't know. I don't know. This ain't quite panning out. So that's again your boy Detox everything. Nope, I'm not gonna change my view. I'm not getting ready to cut out what I said. You heard my name. Am I gonna say it again? Nope. Now, if you can read off of my glasses, you can see their platform. Can you see how my glasses? Because I'm looking at the platform. But anyway, fam, peace and love. Have a great rest of your day.